Eagles, Chiefs, Monday Night Football, Super Bowl rematch. It's here, guys. Final previews, predictions, trending in the AM with your thoughts and opinions. We're live. It's game day in 30 seconds.
Fourth and goal.
And a very good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trending in the AM right here on Philadelphia Sports Network. We're live, Facebook, YouTube. You know the drill. Hit those like, share, subscribe buttons. It is free to do it. Get everybody in on the conversation as we get set for Monday Night Football, Super Bowl rematch, whatever it may be. Get everybody in by hitting that like and share button. I'd greatly appreciate it. I am your host, Phil Stiefel. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Beard and Knowledge. I'd greatly appreciate it. That is right. We've got Go Birds, Zach. What is up this morning? Peanut, it's game day. Yeah, I knew you just had a typo there. It's all good. I don't know about anybody else. I hate Monday Night Football, but the morning of a Monday Night Football Eagles game, damn, I get excited. It's so easy to wake up on Monday morning when you got a whole day of work and then you know there's a football game waiting for you at the end of the day. When it's a game, for as bad as there have been of football games this year on primetime, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, last night's Sunday Night Football game wasn't too bad. Two average, mediocre teams. I mean, Monday Night Football scored the motherload here in Week 11, getting the defending Super Bowl champions going up at home against the team they beat in the Super Bowl, a rematch of the Super Bowl, Eagles and the Chiefs. They hit the motherload this week. This is going to be probably the highest rated Monday Night Football game of the season, and there's no doubt about it. So why am I bitch and complain and moan all the time about Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, just because I'm an old man and I don't like to stay up past 10 o'clock? Man, this game has got all the hype of the season right here. It's so great. Kyle, out in Kansas. Are you in Kansas City yet? I need to know what Kyle's day is going to be like in Kansas City. How many different barbecue joints is Kyle going to try today? How many pictures? Let's set the over under right from the get go. How many pictures I get from Kyle in a private message of Kansas City barbecue? That's what I need to know. That's on it for me. Win or lose tonight should be a really fun game. Hopefully, we'll beat the Guthenberg up bad. Yeah, I'm really torn on the game itself. It's funny, like this Chiefs team, on paper, they don't have the Tyreek Hill big play guy. I mean, it's literally Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. But yet the offense still hums along with names like Rasheed Rice and Isaiah Pincheiro and Justin Wilson or Watson and Scantlin. And I mean, they got a bunch of average, mediocre players and two great players. And yet they're 7-2. They're the second best team in football on paper right now. I mean, like, I'm really torn on how I'm going to feel going into the kickoff here tonight because this Eagles team is got their hands full tonight with the Kansas City Chiefs again. What is up, autocorrect gets me every time. What is up, man, chatter? Today I see the Terminator clock. This is it. This is the game to end all games. See, this is the thing. Like, it's an important win for this team if they can go out there and get it. But if the Eagles lose tonight, they're still the best team in the NFC. It just proves why the Chiefs are so great. So, like, I'm worried, but I'm not worried. Leaving St. Louis in a couple hours, checking the hotel, then hit up some tailgates. I need a lot of video footage from those tailgates. I do. I hear Kansas City's got the best football tailgates there are. So I'll be curious to see it. If you are in KC, go to Jose Kansas City Barbecue, an up-down bar. Good spot. See, there's some good KC knowledge from Mr. Moschatelli right there. These games really mess with Phil's arthritis and bad hip. They mess with my sleep schedule more than anything else. Late night games mess with the sleep schedule beyond belief. Um, ah, itch on the back. Um, they do. They really do. Casey is not the Casey you think they are. Totally beatable. Mark, so there's an interesting point there. That's what we keep saying, that's what we keep thinking, Mark. But I've got the team stats, where they rank in the league. Hold on, I had it, now I had the individual stats. Let me bring up my team the league depth charts here. They're one of the top teams offensively speaking still, the, Kansas City Chiefs. Yards per game, Kansas City's only a couple spots below us, offensively speaking. Defensively speaking, Kansas City is the 4th best overall defense in football. So, I kind of feel like the whole KC is beatable, they're better, they're not as good as we think. I think I disagree with it. I think Kansas City's actually better than we realize. They're playing a more team complete game than they have in years past. Travis Kelce is still their leading offensive weapon, but he hasn't had a Travis Kelce year. He's had a better year, off the field. But this team, while we keep thinking they're beatable, I almost think they're better now than they've ever been because they're not relying on just a few pieces. Everybody is contributing across the ball, and their defense is great. Look, their offensive line's been in trouble. They have given up a total of 12 sacks on Patrick Mahomes in 9 games this year. We normally dominate the line of scrimmage, Mark. How are we going to dominate the line of scrimmage when we can't actually get pressure on Patrick Mahomes? So I don't know if KC is not the KC we think they are. If anything, I think they're better than we think they are. I have a love-hate relationship with primetime games. Exactly. I mean, I don't have the time zone changes that some of the other Eagles fans out there do. It's just normal time for me. But man, my sleep schedule tomorrow, wake up, and I'm gonna be dragging. And I can't I like to set these shows up the night before. I gotta do all the work I gotta get up early tomorrow. It's not good. Luckily, it's Thanksgiving week, and happy Thanksgiving week to everybody. Lots going on. We're gonna do a little Thanksgiving special show on Wednesday, talking about some of the side Thanksgiving dinner and stuff like that, Thanksgiving holiday traditions, etc. We'll get into that. K1, what is up, my man? Core 12. See, I'm getting excited for you. All right. You say that yet bet you won't pound cover Kelsey. You say that yet bet you won't hashtag cover Kelsey. Yeah, I'm not sure I fully understand your statement there, but look, Travis Kelsey is still the elite weapon in the NFL that he's always been. That's gonna be the biggest thing that I've got my eye on because look, this is gonna be a tough game. Win or lose, it's gonna be a great game. It'll be a hard fought game. We know that. But what we're looking at to see is if this team is any better prepared to match up against this team in the Super Bowl when it matters. Win or lose this week, I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter big picture. It really doesn't. Dropping this game is not going to change where we stand in the conference. Dropping this game is not going to drop the expectations of this team. The expectations are to get back to the Super Bowl and beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And we'll see. We need to use this as a measuring stick, a judging point, and the Travis Kelsey conversation is kind of my point that I'm zoning in on from the get go. We struggled, obviously, stopping Travis Kelsey last year in the Super Bowl. What will Sean Desai do tonight to contain him? Because you're not going to stop him. Contain him. We've contained pretty much every marquee wide receiver we faced this year. None of them had Patrick Mahomes throwing to them, but we've contained them for the most part. I know somebody will say Tyreek Hill had almost 200 yards, but Tyreek Hill didn't get into the end zone. So there's that. Will he stick Nicholas Morrow or Zach Cunningham on Travis Kelsey? Because if he does, we'll get eaten alive. Is Kevin Byard or Braden Robbie, who Braden Robbie is going to be back tonight? Cam Jurgens is going to be back tonight. Huge things right there. Will one of the safeties be safety or slot new guys be on Kelsey? We saw in training camp James Bradbury sliding over to the slot to learn how to guard, specifically someone like Travis Kelsey. Will we see somebody like James Bradbury, who's had a major drop off season? Will we see him covering Travis Kelsey? I am going to be so zoned in on what the game plan is to stop Travis Kelsey tonight. That is like the number one thing. And that, win or lose, what the game plan is and how they manage stopping or not stopping Travis Kelsey is going to be the number one thing I look for tonight, gearing us up for that said Super Bowl down the line. Chiefs are easy, except no one will cover Kelsey. Nobody ever covers Travis Kelsey. I don't know how many times I watch a football game that the Chiefs are in, and everybody knows the ball's going to Travis Kelsey. Yet every single time Travis Kelsey finds a soft spot in the defense, has nobody within 5 yards of him. I mean, you can count 10 times a game where he is just wide open every single time. Reason I have Eagles is AJ in the battle of the two best offensive lines. For sure. Cowboys fans are waiting for us to lose tonight. I know, because they beat those Panthers so badly yesterday. I guarantee today, Zach, the Cowboys social media are going to be fired up because they won 33-10 against the one-win Carolina Panthers, which I'm going to go off on. We'll get back to the comments in a section. Zach triggered me here talking Cowboys. First and foremost, going into the fourth quarter, that was a one-score game. It was 17-10 going into the fourth quarter. They got lucky with some turnovers and some big plays in the fourth quarter to separate themselves from Carolina. I'm watching the Sunday morning countdown or NFL countdown, whatever it is, on ESPN for a few minutes yesterday. I turn it on, having my coffee, and Alex Smith, who's doing a good job on the panel there this year. And I love Alex Smith because of his leg injury and his recovery from it, similar to the injury that I had to my leg. So I've always felt a little special connection with Alex Smith. But he's out there and he's hyping up the Cowboys before the games yesterday. And he's talking about, I know the Cowboys lost 2 games to the Eagles and the 49ers, but they've dominated everybody else. Did he just completely forget about the Arizona Cardinals whooping up on the Cowboys? Are we just going to totally ignore that loss, Alex Smith? A complete and total idiot statement right there from him. Just ignoring the fact of the Cardinals game just to support your point. Stupid. This is the Super Bills practice. Happy game day, Jim. Let's go Birds. That's right. Absolutely. This game does matter, though. If we want to be judged nationwide an elite team, then we have to win. We always say we need respect. Well, here's our chance to take it in blood. I get what you're saying here, Peanut. I mean, this makes sense. Your statement does make sense. It is this is why it's not a must-win game, but it's a statement game for the Eagles. See, I said this about the Cowboys game. It was must-win, not statement. This is more statement, not must-win. You make a statement on national TV on Monday Night Football, going up against the defending Super Bowl champions that beat you to be those Super Bowl champions. Yes, it is a major statement game. And while I think it's not a must-win in the grand scheme of things, you guarantee the players have had this game circled. James Bradbury's had this game circled. Jalen Hurts has. A.J. Brown has. Devontae Smith has. Everybody's had this game circled. How can you not, as a player, want revenge on losing in the Super Bowl? You know what I mean? So it's a big game. I just don't think it's a must-win. I think there's a difference between must-win and statement game, must-win and big game. I think there's a difference there. But it's a fair point. It would get us a shit ton of respect if they go out there and win. I wonder if Ron Rivera finally gets. I mean, it's pathetic. With Washington losing to Tommy DeVito yesterday. Tommy DeVito. Is anybody questioning that if you just put the words Tommy DeVito, the greater sign, Daniel Jones? I mean, pathetic. Ron Rivera should have been fired by now. I don't know about Ron Rivera, but I don't know if you heard yesterday at FedEx Field or whatever the hell the dumpster fire is called down there in D.C., that the players in both the visiting and home locker room did not have hot water to shower after the game because the hot water heater was broken. Man, call 1-800-PLUMBER and get somebody out there. And they couldn't fix it because it would have turned off all the water in the stadium. Well, nobody should be using the water in the stadium anyway, because that water in that stadium is probably infest. Dude, that stadium is such a dumpster fire. Such a dumpster fire. They should be forced to buy a new stadium or build a new stadium. I mean, I would never, ever walk foot in that stadium without at least getting 3 hepatitis shots beforehand just to protect myself. The Commodes and Giants didn't even have well, I'll say I'm talking about it, and the comments are rolling in about it. At least we don't have to see Taylor Swift on camera. Oh, we're gonna still see Taylor Swift on camera tonight, Jim. Just so you know, she's not gonna be there, but you're still gonna see her. They're gonna put her face up on that screen still. And still, like I tell everybody, I saw somebody on Twitter complaining about Taylor Swift before the show that, at least, about I don't care. I get it. They were talking. They were complaining about her being on ESPN this morning or whatever. They were doing a Swifty segment. Dude, Taylor Swift's big money. Anybody that puts her face, I might start putting Taylor Swift's face on the thumbnail of my shows, just because she equals clicks, she equals money. Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. There's no reason. My wife even said to me last night, she's like, I might even be becoming a Swifty. I'm like, oh my god. But you know what? It's money. She draws attention. So I don't enjoy seeing her face all the time on a football screen, but I get it. I get it 100%. What is up, EOP? Let's go, Birds. No, they have to win this game. Eagles have to win this game. We're saying it not once, but twice. Well, we're going to find out. We find out tonight, are bird dogs or frauds? You're trying to come up with a good saying there, and I get what you're saying. Losing tonight does not make them frauds, though. Yeah, Monday night Super Bowl rematch. I want to see how the newer guys on defense do in a game like this with this much pressure. Yeah, so how many guys in this game for the Eagles weren't part of the Super Bowl team? Obviously, Robbie and Byard, midseason acquisitions. Jalen Carter is a newer piece. Nicholas Morrow wasn't an important piece. That Cunningham wasn't here. So a couple pieces on defense are new. On offense, Julio Jones and Cam Jurgens, and that's pretty much it. DeAndre Swift too. So there's a few pieces that are new. It's really the names that I'm looking out for today about the newer guys or the guys that could make the difference between the Super Bowl and this year. That is Braden Robbie and Kevin Byard. I need to see both those guys. I need to see Robbie healthy, and I need to see Byard step up his game a little bit more. They're the two guys because they're the two guys that are probably initially going to have the Travis Kelce assignment. So the new guys are going to have the toughest assignment of the night. So there's that. Chicago really couldn't close the lines up 12 with 4 minutes ago, dude. I was hanging on the edge of my seat. I had 2 huge parlays yesterday. I always do my monster teaser, a big bet. It only pays like minus 140, but you get 13 points on the line added to the line. So I had the Lions plus 5, and then I had a 4-person anytime touchdown parlay. And the only one I was missing was Montgomery from the Lions scoring a touchdown, and it paid 25-1. And that end of that game saved both those big parlays. I turned a big profit yesterday. So I'm glad Chicago couldn't close it, but Chicago stinks. What, if anything, that's a knock on the Lions, how close that game was. Commanders use Flint, Michigan, woulda. Yeah, they don't use water. They use woulda. They use woulda. Huge momentum boost getting a victory. Again, I think people are misunderstanding my it's not a must-win game statement. I want this win. They need this win. A lot of positives come out of winning this game. Momentum, respect. It gives you a little bit of an extra chip on your shoulder. There's a lot of good that comes out of winning this game. But it doesn't kill the season if they lose the game. That's the only thing I keep saying. And look, the Chiefs are a damn good football team. Let's not forget that. Giants and Commanders should file a workplace grievance with support. They should. Honestly, I don't know if you meant this comment sarcastically or not, but honestly, they really should. If I'm the Giants, have you ever seen what the visiting locker room at FedEx Field looks like for visiting football teams? I've seen it after Eagles games. I've seen high school locker rooms nicer than this. I've seen elementary school locker rooms nice. I mean, it literally looks like gym class locker room that they have to get dressed and prepared and dressed down for. Mad Chatter hearts. Yeah, Mad Chatter loves his Taylor Swift. He just won't admit it. Who cares about Taylor Swift? It's just a money grab. It is a money grab. That's the whole point of it. It is. And it seems like her and Travis Kelce, their relationship is going from like a little joke to something serious. Good for them. But it's all money. I'm a business owner, Duck. I'm all about making money. Everything to me is about the bottom dollar. Pizza shop here, everything. It's all about making money. And Taylor Swift equals money for every broadcast network that puts her face on the TV. That's all it is. Taylor Swift is a perfectly fine young woman who's dating a champ. That's right. One champ's dating another champ. Love Story by Swiftie is still a bop after all these years. I don't even know which one that is, but okay. Um, Moscatelli is rarely wrong, but we don't need to beat Kansas City. We need to beat San Francisco. Absolutely. That's the next must-win game, K1.
Can you guys hear me on this side? Drop a comment if you can hear me. Still working on my regular computer. Give me a second. What is taking so damn long? Sorry, I'm working on it. I can't stream on this computer. I'm waiting for the internet to come back up on this computer, guys. Yes, we're going side work here. You have phone. Yes, I got it. Give me a second. Random power outage at the house. This is hooked directly up to the Wi-Fi. My laptop that I stream on, still waiting for the Wi-Fi to turn back on for some reason. Give me a minute. We'll get right back in this. Why the internet isn't coming back up on this computer, I have no idea. All right, I think we're back up here. We're back here in a second.
There we go. We're back. We're back, baby. Give me a second to get my bearings back here. I don't know what the hell happened. Power outage randomly on a Monday morning where there is absolutely nothing going on. I don't even know where we're at now. And I'm scared to look at the comments. I'm scared to see what you guys said while the computer went out. There are so many missed comments here. Oh my God. I'm not even going to catch up on all of them, guys. But we're back. We're back. Let's see. Extra 30 minutes for stoppage time. Sorry, guys. I got a lot going on. Power outage. We are right. Yeah, I got you, Will Smith. You're there. I know. Power outage. Start the day off right. Exactly. What else could go? That is not a good sign for the Eagles that there was a power outage in the middle of the show. Is that like an omen for a bad sign? I don't even know. I don't even know how to think about that right there. It's not good. We'll say that. Random. The no NFL conspiracy. They're trying to shut down the. Yeah, they're trying to shut the NFL tried to shut this show down, but they can't. They can't. They can't shut us down. Phil's seething. I'm not seething. It happens. Shit happens, man. You know, it happens with the big time. It happens with the little time. You know what it was? WIP knows how good this show is. And WIP called Pico and said, yo, kill the power. Our ratings are dropping. We need the beard off the air. That's what they said. I hope it's not an omen. Don't put that evil on there. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping not. We spoke of feet and Kenny Gainwell while I was off. I'm just glad I didn't know what was happening. You know, at first I'm like, I wonder if the power outage on my end just killed the stream. Because if it did that, sorry guys, I wasn't even going to reboot the stream then. But the stream kept going because you guys kept commenting. I love it. I love it. Means Jalen Hurts is going to be lights out, baby. I hope. Lights out because of the power out. What's up, Adam? Go Birds. We pulling the power out of them Chiefs. I hope so. It's a good sign the football gods hit the reset button. Bet the over, everyone and their mother for real. Something like that. Silio takes shot at. Yeah, it was Dan. It was Dan Silly Man taking a shot at me too. Taylor Swift legal team caused this. Yeah, I know. We were talking about Taylor Swift. Power gone. That's how much power Taylor Swift has. WIP more. Yeah. Well, why listen to it when I know you don't. You listen to this instead. Everybody should just unplug that or turn that off. Plug this in every single morning. And power outages, they happen. It's a good thing I got the backup screen going over here to get on there right away. That was Taylor Swift's legal team reminding you who's in power. Absolutely. Yeah, this is the FedEx Field quality stream. I'm insulted by that, K1. Complete and totally insult. I don't even know what we were talking about Eagles wise. Forever known as the Blackout Show. Yes, this is the Blackout Show. Somebody remind Bradbury to not pull on anyone's jersey. Yeah, let's just make sure the gloves he's wearing match the jersey. Don't mismatch, you know. There's a hard reset and there's a fill hard reset. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Do you have hot water? I did this morning. It might not anymore. Hot water. You got to get it right. Exactly. All right. So where were we even talking about the Eagles? Let's get back on track of this Eagles game because we need to keep that going here. The conversation. Like I said, I don't know what the conversation was. I forget what the conversation was. But I know we were talking Eagles. That's all I know about. I know we were talking about the Birds. What's Taylor's wearing? Eagles or Chiefs? Well, she's not going to be there, Adam. So probably nothing. Well, neither. She'll be wearing something. She just won't be wearing. Well, maybe she won't. Never mind. I just walked myself into something deep there. I don't want to get into. Water. Right. All right. So I was thinking about something before the show. Okay. Phil taking resets to a new level. Only Liam can compete. Dude, that is the first time that's ever happened to me. I've been doing streams for 3 years, about 2.5 live, over 2 years of trending in the AM now. Again, remember, this is over 2 years now. November 1st was 2 years since the inception of trending in the AM. Yes, I've been doing this every morning for 2 years now, even on vacation. That is the first time I've ever had a power outage midstream. I've never had an internet outage or a power outage ever midstream. And it just totally threw everything out. It did. I'm lost now. It is a must win to shut the media types the hell up. Yes, It's not a must win. It's a statement win. They need to make the statement that we are the great team that we are. But there's something that I was thinking about, and I want to get into it with you guys. Haven't listened to WP in months. The host got stupid. And look, and there's people that think Angelo wasn't, cranking it at the end either. But that's another whole subject. That's a different topic. Yes, this happens to Liam at least once a week. Well, the internet's not like they're just learning about the internet across the seas right now. They're a little behind the times across the pond, so they're still learning things like that. Here, I don't know. Just so you guys know, if the power goes out again today, I don't know why it went out already, but if it goes out again this stream, that's it. I won't even finish it. Oh, listen, we all left the person across from us speechless during the first time. Wait till that. Liam be resetting. Yeah. Phil doesn't have a power problem, just usually. Yeah. Great. Thanks there on that one, Kyle. All right. So to the game. Back to the game. Back to this matchup. Back to Eagles Chiefs. Let's get off the power outage. Let's get back to Philadelphia sports. Look, by the way, we could drop a little shout out to Aranola. Can I borrow a couple bucks there, buddy? $172 million. Sixers win again yesterday. Looking good again this weekend. Flyers won 5 in a row. The Eagles better win or they're not going to be the best team in the city anymore. Yeah, exactly. Game day. Go Birds, Jason. Yes, absolutely. Talk about premature on the reset. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, we always talk about what are the keys to the victory, key matchups, et cetera, right? But who normally wins a football game? The team with the better quarterback and the better coach. And this is not a knock on Jalen Hurts or Nick Sirianni, but the Kansas City Chiefs have one of the 5 greatest coaches of all time on their sideline, and they have one of the 5 greatest quarterbacks of all time on their sideline. Now, Nick Sirianni is a great coach, one of the best coaches in the NFL right now. Jalen Hurts is the second best quarterback in the NFL right now. But you got Andy Reid coming off a bye with 2 weeks to prepare at home on Monday Night Football. The people saying that this is the Eagles game, just got to throw out there that there's a lot of things stacking up against the Eagles tonight. And I'm not trying to sound negative. I don't want people to think I'm going to say that they're losing this game. I'm not sure what I'm predicting yet. Haven't really figured out that final prediction just yet. But that's something to think about. We always talk about time of possession, turnover battle. Who's got the better quarterback and better coach? That's what wins the game. And I know someone will jump in the comments and say that Nick Sirianni's better than Andy Reid at this point. I don't know if that's true or not. Andy Reid's still a winning coach right now. Let's talk about lacrosse. Yeah, no. That was my one lacrosse moment there for Cole. That's it. And it was the worst viewed show I've had in like 3 months. Well, yeah, it gets weird how people stop watching Kelsey. Absolutely. Phil's face when he lost power is the face my wife sees from me when this is a family-friendly show. Not really. We need to pressure Mahomes with the front 4 and with different blitz packages. But Adam, just remember, Mahomes has only been sacked 12 times in 9 games. The offensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs does their job very well. They spent a lot of money protecting and keeping Patrick Mahomes upright this year. That's a big deal right there. It really is. Come on, guys. Quick, no pun. Let's get back to the verse. If we win or lose, it shouldn't be by more than a single score. Absolutely. I've got my 4 predictions written down here. 3 of them are less than a touchdown score. Some of them favor the Chiefs. Some of my predictions favor the Eagles. Look, this is going to be a tough game. Either way we say it. It's what, a 2.5 point Chiefs are favored at home? You got to remember, it's such an important thing to think about. The quarterbacks and the coaches. You look across every NFL game yesterday. I'm looking at them all. Browns and Vikings game. Who was the better quarterback? Russell Wilson or Josh Dobbs? Russell Wilson. Big picture. Sean Payton. Big picture, better coach. Won that game. Geno Smith versus Matthew Stafford. Pete Carroll versus... All right, so that one's not a good example because that's pretty neck and neck. Bills, Jets. better quarterback and coach, won there. 49ers, Buccaneers, better quarterback and coach, won there. Texas Cardinals, better quarterback and coach, won there. Jags, Titans, better quarterback and coach, won there. Cowboys, Panthers, better quarterback, maybe better coach, won there. Who cares about the Giants, Commanders, Dolphins, Raiders? Better quarterback, definitely better coach, won there. Packers, Chargers. Man, Justin Herbert losing again. Everyone's blaming drops again. Lions, Bears. Better quarterback, better coach, won there. Literally, everywhere up and down the line, the better quarterback and coach won. And this is not a knock on Jalen Hurts. This is just what happens when you go up against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. You're normally not the best quarterback or coach on the field. It should be a very tight game because it's an oddly equal matchup. I think we favor in certain spots. We're better at wide receiver. I think we're a little bit better at running back. Our offensive line's about even. Defense, I think their defense is a little better than ours. But I think Jalen Hurts is something that they haven't faced enough that, I don't know, maybe that could be the X factor. This would be the first game where all defensive linemen will be wearing 3-inch cleats. I hope so. Mahomes' O-line is legit, but I'm hoping they spend too much time trying to double Carter, leaving Sweat and Reddick open. Yeah, how they game plan, like, have they faced a defensive line like us? I can't see your name. Marley QQ, I think that says. Sorry, too far away the screen for me to see that name. That's a very possible. It's a good comment. You know, their offensive line is dominated, but has their offensive line faced a defensive line like us? I doubt it. Very few people have. There is a stat that says blitzing Mahomes is the worst. Just pressure him seems to statistically work better. Very odd. Nah. Okay, so, but that is what the new PSN report wrote. Yeah. So I didn't read this article yet, but I think I understand what the philosophy. Blitzing, if you don't wrap up and get home when you're blitzing, which the Eagles seem to struggle of finishing the blitz, finishing the sack. So what happens is you don't, then it leaves open lanes for him to scramble forward, step up in the pocket, slide to the right or left. That gives them the time to do their street ball type thing that him and Kelsey are so great at. Kelsey finds the open spot. Mahomes moves. If you just pressure and keep the pocket, just draw like a little semicircle around the pocket, keep him contained, keep your arms up. As long as you've got a body on Kelsey, then there's nobody else that can really step up. So I get the thought process here. Blitzing versus pressure. There is a massive difference. It goes back, Duck. I had to Coach Dale Carlson. He's been on the show a few times. One of the times he came on this show, he talked about the spy and how the spy on defense for a mobile quarterback is an outdated philosophy, because that means basically you're playing 11 on 10 because one guy is taken out because all their job is to spy. Just straight blitzing doesn't always work. You got to keep pressure. You got to keep them contained, keep them in the pocket. Travis Kelce's 34. Is he still dominating? Is he living off of his reputation? He's still dominating for the most part. I think some of his numbers have decreased this year, but I think he's still dominating. You can tell he's getting a little slower, but he might not be able to break huge plays anymore, but he still knows how to read a defense and find the open spot in the defense and make the big plays. I mean, he's 34. He's taken a complete and total beating over the last 5-7 years. He's pretty healthy most of his career. I get it. He's not. Everybody gets slower as they get older. I think he's still got it. Tony Gonzalez is a problem in his 30s. Absolutely. He still got it. Is he Travis Kelce of 5 years ago? Nobody's Travis Kelce of 5 years ago. Go Birds. Yo, Philly. Chiefs interior offensive line is good. Their tackles ain't shit. Josh Reddick and Reddick about to eat. I like the positivity, Philly. Joe, I love it. But 12 sacks, 9 games. That's what the offensive line's given up. So I can't say that I'm confident that we will eat and get lots of sacks on them. If we do, I mean, that's fantastic. If we win the sack battle, if you want to call it that, yeah, maybe we win this game then. We don't blitz that much anyway. We just need to collapse the pocket and get those almost sacks. Exactly. Collapse the pocket. Don't leave him lanes to get out and scramble, which then puts pressure on your secondary to continue to cover Travis Kelce even more. And that's the thing. I almost want them to get the ball out quick. Let's go, Birds. Ezekiel, just keep Mahomes in the pocket. I say spy him tonight to prevent him from one of those last-minute drive-saving escapes. I'm really not that worried about this game. I think we send a blank message. There we go. Got to get the complete point there across. Look, I'll put your main comment up here. Look, the spy is an outdated concept, according to a coach that I spoke to on this show before. But you've got to collapse the pocket, keep him contained. Don't let them do the street ball way that they do things that then causes pressure on a defense that they can't stop. That's a lot of what it is. So yeah, we got to have a better game plan defensively too. I mean, if you think back to the Super Bowl last year, some of the plays that beat us weren't collapsed pockets or scrambling or whatnot. The one touchdown, we how many times did we bite on double moves in the secondary last year in the Super Bowl? Quite a few. Couple of those touchdowns. You saw the touchdowns coming before the play was even ran because of defensive schemes. We're going to learn so much. If we win or lose, we are going to learn so much more about Sean Desai and this Eagles defense than we are the Eagles offense. We know this Eagles offense can put up points against anybody. This Eagles offense will move the ball tonight at times against a very, very, very fourth best defensive total yardage, in the league. We know we'll still move the ball. Thing is, can we stop them? That's what it comes down to. And we're going to find that out tonight. We're going to see if Sean Desai has a different scheme than what Jonathan Gannon had yesterday or last year in the Super Bowl. We have played some really bad O-line this year, and our D-line really hasn't really rung the bell in those games. Exactly. How many times have we faced a team that was in the top 3 and sacks given up at that point, and we still didn't really dominate like we thought we would? Quite a few times. We'll just say that. Quite a few times. So there's that. Phil want Eagles to have national respect, and yet he's leaving. Look, power outages happen. I cannot stop a power outage from happening. And I would have kept going if it wasn't for the internet losing it, because this computer has plenty of charge on it. And I just had no internet from the power outage. And it takes a few minutes for a router to reboot and blah, blah, blah. Cover Kelsey must be outdated. Yes, absolutely. Good morning, Reality Check. Eagles victory Monday. See, we normally have a victory Monday today. Well, now we're going to have a victory Tuesday, hopefully tomorrow, right? Like that's the hope, right? I don't care about Mahomes. I want our offense to score freaking points. The return of Cam Jurgens is huge. I don't know if people realize how big Cam Jurgens being back is. We've heard reports he looks great in practice this past week leading up to today. Obviously, there's a correlation between our run game struggling and Cam Jurgens being out. Some say there's other reasons for it. I believe it was Cam Jurgens being out. Cam Jurgens being back is great. It takes pressure off of Lane Johnson. It takes pressure off of Jason Kelsey. It gives you the opportunity to run your complete offense. I want to see our run game get back on track tonight. And that'll really prove that Cam Jurgens is the real deal, if it does. I want to see a big game from DeAndre Swift tonight. I got a 1-point lead in fantasy football this week. My opponent's got DeAndre Swift. So I don't know. Maybe I want a Kenny Gainwell game tonight. Mad chatter. Yes, that's right. True. Those double moves and broken coverage killed us in the Super Bowl. All eyes are on the side tonight for sure. Yeah, I see who was it? K1 talking about our offense. Like, I know what our offense is capable of. We all know what our offense is capable of, especially when healthy. We don't know what the max potential or top level of this defense is. I don't think we know. And this game is that measuring stick, that moment. Because look, win or lose tonight, I still would put, even if we lose tonight, I'm still saying Eagles Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. To repeat, who in the AFC is going to beat the Chiefs? Not Joe Burrow-less Bengals, maybe the Ravens. It's about the Browns aren't going to beat with Joe Flacco, who's coming into Cleveland this week. Aren't going to win anything. It's the Chiefs. And who's going to stop us, win or lose? The 49ers? No. The Cowboys? Definitely not. The Lions? You can barely beat the Bears. It's the Eagles. So I got to know what our defense is capable of today so that when we reface them in February, we have a better understanding. Chris Jones really about to be the difference maker. I don't know. He might be. We'll find out. We got to protect Hurts. We got to open up running lanes and we got to protect Hurts. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. The KCD line is not great against the run, but Johnson Sirianni won't run it or give up on it early. Yeah, I mean we got to run the ball. They're definitely a better pass protecting or pass defense than run defense, but they're still just a really good defense overall. So uh, Eagles have to operate on offense perfectly. They really do. It's funny the way we keep saying to cover Kelsey. If it was that easy, then why? Yeah, I'm just saying that's like one of the keys. Like I don't understand how nobody covers him. I would love somebody that does really big, deep dive on stats. How many of his catches are on the initial route he runs versus how many of his catches are when he breaks off of this called route in the huddle and he's just improvising with Joe Burrow, with Patrick Mahomes, because that's what they do best. You don't wrap him up right away. Patrick Mahomes, he escapes. Travis Kelsey finds the open spot and Mahomes finds him. Like, what percentage of his catches are on the initial called route versus him improvising? I bet you it's a lot more improvised than we realize. Bradley, what is up? Go Birds. K1, looking forward to the hardest reset. Do I need to reset today? I don't know if I should reset. I already reset unofficially with the power outage a little bit ago. If the game was in Philly, would you have more confidence about winning? Absolutely. And I'm not saying I don't have confidence. Like, I'm just saying it's going to be a close game. I'm looking at two scores that I've got written down here. One for the Eagles, one for the Chiefs that I'm zoning in on here tonight. I've got four written, but two keep my eye. Eye keeps dropping to two. I think obviously the Eagles would always be better at home than on the road. Look, let's not take it. We're going up against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, two of the best of all time, coach, quarterback. They're coming off a bye just like us. The book says the Eagles aren't winning this game. Not the bookies, the book, the story, the game script. It says we're losing this game. Now, I'd be more confident in saying that we'd win this if we were at home. But it's very hard for me to predict an Eagles win right now. You guys haven't done anything in the comments section to convince me to predict an Eagles win. I'll say that. No, I get it. My Wi-Fi has gone out twice now, both times during Eagles games. Pretty frustrating when I know I paid the bill. The power goes out and it's not storming, it's not windy. I'm like, we pay our Pico bill this month? I don't know. I hope we did. Hope that's not what it was. I would have loved to see Penny in the mix as well tonight. Time to get that big bruiser going. Look, Ezekiel, I agree. But on the flip side, my best guess is unless there's an injury, we'll never see Penny back on the field. What's up, Philly legend? As long as we can establish the run game, I feel confident we can get the job done. This team is nearly unbeatable when we have both. Yeah, absolutely. So, Philly, I hate using cliches on this show. And one of the biggest cliches and keys to victory is winning the time of possession. But, Philly legend, let me tell you something. Winning the time of possession tonight is so damn important. Keeping Mahomes and Kelsey off the field and keeping our offense on the field. And how do we do that? We do that by establishing the run game, having some of those 18-play drives, converting red zone appearances to touchdowns, not field goals. That's another big key. Not stalling in that red zone. We've gotten better at it. But establishing the run game and having Cam Jurgens back is crucial for that. Establishing that run game, so crucial. So crucial. A little late to the party, but I made it. I'm glad you made it. Go Birds. Desai is going to leave that middle open because it is the nature of the scheme. That middle needs a very talented slot cornerback. Well, we've got Robbie back, and Kevin Byard just had another full bye week to get comfortable with the system. I'm hoping that Robbie and Byard patrol that middle and lock him down. They've just got here too. I just got here exactly because the power outage. Greg Cassell has done good breakdowns on KC route concepts on Inside the Birds. I'll have to check that out. There were two games that he basically shut out, and I don't think they even doubled him during the game. Okay. Is it because he is a big oaf or minimum speed that gets you? I don't know. Chris Jones is the best defensive tackle in the NFL. I hope Jalen Carter or Jordan Davis become this great. We can all only hope. Absolutely. Trying to get caught up. There's a lot of comments down here. K1, I love Castell's analysis. He's very specific and gives it straight now. Hey, I like that too. And I have listened to his work before. I just haven't recently. Phil, just say it, the NFL script writers. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Um, Eagles aren't going to lose on my birthday while I'm there. Kyle, happy birthday. Everybody, please, please give Kyle the greatest big trending in the AM happy birthday. And Eagles, it is must win because I'd be pissed off if I flew all the way out to Kansas City and they lost the game on the birthday. I don't understand the concept and not watching star receivers. They always get open, even in zone. I keep my eye on him, and he just yeah, absolutely. Brian, what's up, my man? Need that number to your bookie, Phil. Yeah, I don't got no bookie anymore. Thank God. I'm glad I don't need a bookie anymore. Philip, you're also a negatron. I'm always a negatron to you. I'm so far from a negative guy. I am. Or you just cope for it. Look, I've been through a lot of losses in my lifetime. I cope. Yeah. Maybe there's a little cope. Maybe. But I'm realistic. I'm not a negatron. I'm a realist. It's what I am in my whole life, not just in sports. I'm a realist. That's all there is to it. Plain and simple. Um, we also need to win the turnover. I mean, it's another cliche thing, but I'm telling you, the cliche thing of all cliche things this week that actually matters is the time of possession, K1. And you win the time of possession running the football. Plain and simple. That's right. Let's all get these happy birthdays to Kyle out of the way. Love it. Love it. Let's bring Kyle a win tonight in Kansas City. That's the only thing we want. Happy born day. That sounds like something my brother would say. Um, if the where was it? There it is. If the Eagles lose, we know who to blame. I know. Kyle's never been to an Eagles Chiefs game in Kansas City. If they lose, it's because of Kyle. And he'll never be allowed to go back to an Eagles Kansas City game in Kansas City ever again. Pretty much. I've seen a lot of pain from Philly sports. Exactly. Look, it's not a negative attitude, me saying that the Eagles are not favored to win tonight. It's just me being realistic. And I'm going into tonight's game with open eyes, win or lose. And tomorrow, win or lose, I am not going to overreact one way or another. I shouldn't say that. I'm lying. I will overreact tomorrow. Obviously. At least at first I will overreact tomorrow a bit. But realistically speaking, tonight is just a statement. Who are we? We finally, for the first time this year, will get to learn who we are. Are we the elite of the NFL, the number one team in the NFL? Or are we just part of that group of Ravens, Eagles, Niners, and stuff like that? And even in a loss, we could still be considered an elite part of the NFL. We can. Absolutely. You got an AJ. We do have an AJ Brown. And for everybody talking about how we stop Travis Kelce, well, the Kansas City Chiefs people, whoever's doing this show in Kansas City right now, it's got to be saying, how do we stop AJ Brown? Because even when he's covered, he gets open. Travis Kelce just finds a way to get open all the time. AJ Brown, even when he's got two people draped on him, he's coming down with 50-yard bombs. So for as much as we got to worry about Kelce, they got to worry about AJ Brown as well. I love that comment. It's fantastic. Phil, you are a sports commentator in on one of the most passionate sports markets in this country. Of course, you will overreact. Of course, yeah. I'll say right now that tonight's game is meaningless, and I won't overreact, win or lose. But man, you know I'm going to overreact tomorrow, one way or another. If they win tonight, I'm going to be calling Super Bowl. I'm going to be planning the Super Bowl parade. If they lose tonight, I'm going to be talking about fire Nick Sirianni or whatever. Something over the top will happen. But by Wednesday, by Thursday, I'll be settled down. Speaking of later this week, it is Thanksgiving week. And happy Thanksgiving early to everybody. I'm sure I'll say it 100 times this week. Happy Thanksgiving. Should I do a thing? I'm thinking there's going to be no Thanksgiving show. I'm thinking it's done it before, not with great results. Maybe we'll do one. And if I do one, it won't be at 8 a.m. I'm not waking my ass up early on Thanksgiving. Maybe I'll do one at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll see what the turnout is for it. And we'll do like a Thanksgiving football / dinner preview. Maybe we'll do that. It's a mystery for the ages. It is. It is. It is. Should we see a lot of Stoll tonight? Our tight end could play a huge role tonight. If not, it will be interesting. So, I mean, it's a great question to bring up. Obviously, Dallas Goedert is out. How we fill that role of Dallas Goedert is going to be interesting. It's interesting that they did not put Dallas Goedert on injured reserves. So, I mean, that's a positive thing right there. Jack Stoll, I mean, Jack Stoll will be out there a lot. He'll be the starting tight end, without a doubt. He'll be the guy we see out there. He's a great blocking tight end. Excuse me. He's a great blocking tight end. He has good hands, but he does not run great routes. He doesn't get any separation. You'll see some 3-4 yard out patterns, and that's about it from Jack Stoll. 5-yard crossing patterns, that's about it. The routes that Dallas Goedert runs when he's off the line of scrimmage go to Julio Jones, in my opinion. I've said that already. Aqua Bowman will get a shot tonight, probably. I'm thinking it's a big game for Aqua Bowman. The only thing I'm going to say about Aqua Bowman, though, is the simple fact that Grant Calcaterra has been removed from the injured list and he's cleared concussion protocols and will be available. And the Eagles seem to be high on Grant Calcaterra. And Grant Calcaterra is a pass-catching tight end. He can't block, but he can catch. And he can run after the catch. So maybe tonight's the night that we see a little Grant Calcaterra. They also brought back to the practice squad, and they could elevate him tonight. I don't know. Is the Noah Tagovailoa or whatever his name is? I don't find a way to butcher that pronunciation. Stuffing Beard Bros. Is that what I should call it? If there's a Thanksgiving stream, I'll be there. Ain't no special turkey day here. That's true. Look, I've done turkey day shows before. They're not the greatest viewed shows, but I also, I get Thursday and Friday off this week, and I kind of want to sleep past 6:30 in the morning, especially with tonight, how busy it was this weekend, and staying up late tonight. I'm gonna need a little sleep. So Friday's show will probably have a late start time, but there won't be any end time to it because, I don't have to work on Friday. And Thursday, maybe we'll just start a little late and we'll do a show and we'll just play it by ear how long we go. Stovetop, no lie. I mean, I've made some really good homemade stuffing before, but I rather stovetop, honestly. The stovetop cornbread stuffing, it's top notch. A little turkey gravy on it. We don't expect you to be with the family. Well, it's just my wife and I. We're going to my sister's for dinner. We got to bring the mashed potatoes because mashed potatoes are a very important part of turkey dinner. And we got to bring dessert. My wife's going to make a ricotta cheesecake pie that we found a recipe for. We're going to find out how that is on Thursday. Chat, any side suggestions? You got to have mashed potatoes. You got to have stuffing. They're the must. In Asian countries, your age is the day you were conceived, 9 months before birth. Well, that's some interesting information there. That's some interesting Asian birthday knowledge right there from you there, mister. Okay. Can't wait to find out. If we see a lot of Stoll, he's in there as a blocking tight end with Julio getting more looks. Yeah. If we see more Jack Stoll, that also means we're running the ball a lot. It also means we're running the ball effectively and working on controlling the clock, which is a key to victory tonight. Controlling the clock. I think it's Tag Lee. I can't see if that's an I or not. Tag Lei, whatever. I don't really. Sweet potato pie. I hate sweet potato flavored stuff. Just throwing that out there. Not a sweet potato guy. We got Friday night football this week too. I forgot about that. That's right. The Amazon. It's Black Friday football, I think is what they're calling it. I didn't even know that till I saw a commercial yesterday for that, Zach. And since it's a Black Friday, it's on Amazon. I won't be watching it. Buffalo hot wing pie. Never heard of that, and that sounds weird. TMC knows what's up. Not with that sweet potato crap. Do you think it's going to be high scoring game tonight or low? That's funny because I've got 4 predictions written down here. All right, let me just give 51, 66, 48, 52. So I'm leaning in that 48 to 52 range tonight. There's a slight chance that it gets to a shootout. It's gonna be cold. It's Monday Night Football. It's a tough matchup. There's gonna be a lot of feeling out part early in the game. I'm going lower scoring. I'm saying under 50 points probably tonight, or right around the 50 mark. That's got to be where it is. What is up, Eric? Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope Turks and Caicos was relaxing and enjoyable. Jonathan, good morning. Eagles have to and must win. See, We've been talking about this a lot today. Detroit winning like they did could be a good omen for them to eventually obtain the 1 seed. Just the win itself, they didn't win good. They barely beat the Bears. They took a magical comeback to do that. The Eagles are up against a coach they are 0-4 against. This end part of Jonathan's comment here is key. Andy Reid, we talked about already on this show the fact that Chiefs are coming off the bye, and normally the team with the better quarterback and coach wins. And we went through all the games on Sunday, and almost every team that won on Sunday has the better quarterback and better coach. But also on top of that, Andy Reid is 4-0 against the Eagles, his former team. He has never lost to the Eagles. We always say the Eagles have this game circled because of the Super Bowl all year long. Well, I think Andy Reid circles the Eagles every year whenever he sees them on the schedule. He wants to beat his former team. There's a little extra juice for him, and his team probably thinks the same thing. So I think this is a very interesting point here. The 4-0 Andy Reid. I really do. Eric in just before. It's time. The whole power outage really threw me off. You want the hard reset? Here we go. You are watching Trending in the AM right here on Philadelphia Sports Network. Make sure you hit that like button. We got 18 likes on YouTube, 3 on Facebook. Likes, shares, subscribe. It's free to do it. Please do it. I'd greatly appreciate it. I am your host, Phil Stiefel. We're talking Eagles versus Chiefs. We're going to make a prediction here shortly. If you want to comment on the Sixers' 2 big wins this weekend, drop those comments. Flyers, 5-game winning streak. Let's go Flyers. And Aaron Nola, a Philly for life, signed a 7-year, $172 million contract. But right back at it, all we want to do is talk Eagles and how they're going to beat the Chiefs tonight. That's all that matters, right? Salute. That's right. The Core 12, mighty Core 12. Football players get to afford king crab dinners. I would like a king crab right now. Sweet potato pie is better than pumpkin. Well, everything is better than pumpkin pie, Duck. I don't like sweet potato, the flavor of sweet potato, but I hate pumpkin. I'll eat 10 sweet potato pies before I have one bite of a pumpkin pie. Just going to say. Pumpkin everything is the most overrated thing in the world. Like, literally, we could go on a shortage of pumpkins. We can run out of pumpkins in this world. Never have another pumpkin anything. And I'd be okay with that. Oh, my God. Phil's first curse word, sweet potato crap. It's crap. I mean, I'm not making anything up that's not a fact that everybody knows. And there goes the hard reset. I got to give it to you. You guys like it? I got to give it to you. What this show has become over the last couple of months, man. With the comments, with the hard reset, the premature reset, whatever. Overcompensating. I don't compensate for nothing. Man, Turks and Caicos was the best tip. Never come to the islands in hurricane season. We only had one stay in day, but easily best vacation ever. I travel during hurricane season every year in September. The heart of it, you know why? Because it's cheaper and I don't have kids to worry about. So, yeah, I travel all the time. I take the risk of hurricane season. I've been on a boat in the middle of a hurricane before. I'm not worried about it. Love that pumpkin beer. I'm like throwing up in my mouth right now, Nick. This is disgusting. Like, my wife loves pumpkin beer. I don't. Do not whatsoever like anything that has a pumpkin flavor. Pumpkin is the worst of all time. Andy is the best coach in NFL after a bye week. Eagles is definitely up against it. And that's my thing, Jonathan. Like, it's a big game. It's a statement game for the Eagles. Is it must win? No. But it is a big game. But again, everything has got the Eagles up against the wall. Adam's saying 34-31 Eagles, the Jake Elliott with the game-winning field goal. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I could see that score happening. I could see also the reverse, 34-31 Chiefs with their kicker winning the game. I can see it going both ways. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm just throwing up thinking about it. Boom, bing, bing, bing. Superpower payout. Again, him typing it does not mean I'm getting it, just so you know. I hope you realize that. If I was getting a $500 super chat every single show, I wouldn't be working my regular job. My fantasy football team back on track. I'm not. I'm down. I'm up 1, but my opponent's got DeAndre Swift going tonight, so I'm losing tonight. I made some late trades last night before the trade deadline. Picked up an extra few players, few extra draft picks, whatever. I'm over. I've realized I suck at fantasy football anymore. DFS and season long. This might be my last year playing fantasy football. other than the PSN league. I'm done with it. I'm a much better nowadays in fantasy player. And he couldn't win a big game until he could. He can also lose after the bye. All trends end. All trends do end, K1. They do. And every record is meant to fall. Every winning streak is meant to end at some point. Even Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, will lose his title eventually. Everybody loses eventually. It could be tonight. I'm just saying everything we're talking about's got the Eagles back up against the wall. And here's a big kicker right here. Big kicker. When Jalen Hurts' back is up against the wall, that's when we get the best of Jalen Hurts. Right? Isn't that what it is? Jalen Hurts under pressure. Pressure creates diamonds. Jalen Hurts. I wouldn't want any other quarterback right now leading this team into this game, this big game tonight, where everything that we've talked about for the last hour and 6 minutes minus my 5-minute power outage, I wouldn't want anybody else leading our team into battle tonight than Jalen Hurts. Like, I know Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I get it. But how much adversity has Patrick Mahomes really had to face in his career? How many times, I mean, he's a great quarterback with a great skilled player, sometimes multiple, with a great coach. Like, he's always got greatness around him. Jalen Hurts has always been Patrick Mahomes has never been questioned. Patrick Mahomes has never been doubted. Since he ascended in this league his rookie year, like, he's been propped up there. Jalen Hurts gets kicked down nonstop. I wouldn't want anybody else leading my team than Jalen Hurts tonight. Boston Lager Pumpkin this year was amazing. I am so against Sam Adams Boston Lager. They used to have a great beer called White Christmas, and I guess they had it for like 2 years. It was a limited release, and it was amazing. I would go buy every case I could find of it. Okay, and then I guess they came under flack for using the word Christmas in their beer title, so they changed it to like a holiday ale, and they changed the flavor profile a little bit, and it's not as good. I won't drink any Sam Adams anymore if I don't have to. I ate at a historical place in Philly a few times that sells founding fathers beer recipes and Thomas Jefferson baked goods. Well, that's interesting. Well, not everyone has the gift and protection of Zoo's beer to protect them from the natural disasters like Phil. Who cover Rashee Rice? Well, I just traded for him in fantasy football last night. I don't know. Whoever's lined up, we know our guys don't slide, so it depends on what side he lines up on. He is their second leading receiver behind Kelsey at this point. Chris Jones hungry? He's always hungry. He likes to eat. Gotta bounce. K1, have a great day. See you tomorrow, my man. Getting out before the hard close. Jalen Hurts, his Kobe 8 with the fro in an Eagles jersey. I've said it before, Eric. Jalen Hurts is the epitome of football version of the Mamba mentality. And I love it. I'm all for it. He's got that Mamba mentality through and through. First to show up, last to leave, hardest worker. George Karlaftis. Is he on the Chiefs? I remember him in the draft. Everybody thought he was going to end up with the Eagles, and he didn't. Chiefs are going to play very good tonight. Eagles will have to take the win. Casey isn't giving it to us. No, absolutely. Nobody should ever give anything. We know teams tank and whatnot, but I get what you're saying. It's going to be tough. What is your favorite beer? Oh man, right now on the specialty beers, the craft beers, the Two Stones Pub Brewery, the Russian Stout. It's won awards across the world. I'm not even a stout drinker. When they have it in the fall and winter, oh, it's so good. It's an amazing beer. The Russian by Two Stones. Look it up. You can probably order it online. You get it at breweries around here. Adam, you're local. You can get it at Two Stones when it's available. It's great. I'm an IPA guy. I love IPA. And Victory has a Road to Victory Eagles IPA right now. That's fantastic. And I drank 3 of them at Victory in Kennett yesterday. So that's it. It's whatever IPA is in front of me. Basically, I'm an IPA guy. West Coast IPA. Another trend against the Eagles is that home teams won on Sunday, including Thursday night, except Washington, Carolina. Dallas and Giants only road winners. Yeah, home teams always have an advantage. Home teams on primetime games always have an advantage. Look, there's a lot of things that got the Eagles backs up against the wall, but that's pressure. Pressure equals makes diamonds. We're going to find out tonight whether the Eagles can create some diamonds. I'm still not on. Like I said, I've got 4 scores. I'm going to give you guys the 4 scores I've got written down for tonight's potential final score. I've got 2 Eagles wins written down. I got a 31-21 blowout by the Eagles. Something just in my mind says that there's a chance that the Eagles just run away with this. I don't know why. I've got a 27-21 Eagles victory written down. And then I've got 2 Chiefs scores written down. I got 27-24, low scoring, close game. And I got a 35-31 Chiefs victory written down. 4-point, high scoring victory for the Chiefs. So that's still where I'm at. I'm zoning in on the 27-21 Eagles or 35-31 Chiefs. That's where I'm zoning in on. I'll make that final decision shortly. But I can't. You guys haven't done anything to convince me one way or another. And if anything, you guys are convincing me and reminding me that our backs are up against the wall. The Chiefs are the favorite team. The Chiefs are probably the better franchise. It's Yards Brewing Company, Jefferson Ale. Okay, Yards makes it. The Yards is a good brewery. They're good. They're not my favorite, but they're not bad. IPAs are horrible. Are you kidding me? Sorry, Keith. I'm an IPA guy. I like hoppy beers, man. I'm a huge IPA guy. Give me a Lagunitas IPA all day and Sunday. Give me a Deschutes from Oregon. Oh, man. Love it, man. Love it. We got dogs who specialize in taking wins. Hurts, Brown, Carter, Elliott. I love that you throw Jake Elliott's name in the dogs that take wins, man. Eric, you got the comment of the day. The fact that you're throwing Jake Elliott into the dogs that love taking wins from other teams, man. Love this moment right here from you. That is a great comment, Jake Elliott. He's a dog, man. Mr. Clutch right there. It's called City Tavern. Gotcha. Pat Mahomes doesn't sit in the pocket. He will roll out the pocket he anticipates. He does. 27-19. But David, who are you picking? Eagles or Chiefs? You can't just throw a score out there without a team. I got to know who you're picking. Who are you picking out of those 2 teams? You got to complete the prediction. I had a dream. Eagles. I had a dream. Eagles win 24-17. That is a low score. I could see this too. I could see this being. This is a 41-point total. I could see it, man. I could see them coming out after the bye, feeling each other out like boxers. I saw your picture, Eric, on Facebook. You meeting what's his name? 2 boxers, early rounds of a championship fight. They're just feeling each other out, dancing around, throwing a couple jabs. Like, that's what I see. And then maybe in the second or third quarter, picks up a little bit, and whoever's got the lead going in the fourth quarter tries to run it out. I could see this. I can see this being the score for either team winning, for sure. IPAs are bitter, too much hops. I love the hops. Made for ocean ships because it would last longer from time of spoiling. Maybe. IPAs, I'm convinced we are thunder buddies like Ted. Me and Eric are always on the same page with a lot of things. We are the underdogs tonight, of course, but this is where they are made. Yeah. Look, see, it's funny. We're the underdogs, but we're only a 2.5-point dog tonight. Think about that. We're on the road. You get 3 points. So they're saying on a neutral field, this Eagles team would be a half-point favorite over the Chiefs, just so you know. So we're the underdogs, but barely. Zach saying 34-28 Eagles. It's very possible. Look, all these scores, the one thing you see with all these score predictions, they're all close. Because this is not going to be a blowout one way or another. What snack should I get for tonight? It's late, man. You guys get something that's not going to sit on your stomach so you can fall asleep. I'm just going to go with some pretzels or some chips. Something light, some munchies, whatever. Micaiah Fox. That's who it was. Yeah. I mean, that's what you're going to see tonight. You're going to see the boxing match tonight, not a football game. Eagles 30-23 from Ezekiel. EOP, Big Al. 27-24 Eagles. Again, I can say it. Like I said, it's going to be a close game. You guys have really pushed me most of this show into thinking the Chiefs are going to win this game. Now I see all your predictions coming in, and even though you've pushed me to say the Eagles will lose tonight. But now I see all these comments rolling, and I'm like, maybe not. Maybe I predict maybe I go the homer route and predict the Eagles win. I gotta say, if I was an unbiased reporter, I would pick the Chiefs, but I'm not. I'm a Philly homer that gets paid pennies on the dollar to do a show every single day. I'm not going to take my homerism away from my prediction. I'm going to predict an Eagles win, probably, unless you guys convince me otherwise. Cheesesteak sliders for a sec. You got to eat the cheesesteak before the game at 9:00 at night. Eating a cheesesteak, man, that'll sit in your stomach all night long. You got to eat that earlier, and then just have some chips and dip or something like that, something lighter. Got to win to stay ahead of the Cowgirls. Well, even if we lose, we stay ahead. Then we line up tied with the Lions if we lose, but we'll still be ahead of the Cowboys either way. TMC, thank me in advance, my Bills, homie. That's right. Look, this week being Thanksgiving, and the Eagles playing on Monday night. Today's normally the reaction to the Sunday game. And then by Wednesday, we're building into the next game, which is the Bills next week. Poor TMC gets the short end of the stick this week because we're probably not going to talk Bills till Friday. Maybe a smidge on Thursday. We won't talk Eagles Bills till Friday. So we will only get one day of truly bashing TMC and his Buffalo Bills. Like White Castle. Yeah, get a couple White Castle burgers tonight if you can get them. We can't get them around here. Like White Castle. Yeah, exactly. Look, we're leaning one way here. You guys have pushed me to predict an Eagles loss tonight. You really have. Everything in the comment section today has me wanting to predict an Eagles loss. You really have. Well, has that ever happened to anybody? You take a sip of coffee, and as you're pulling the cup down, the coffee splashes back up in your face. I kind of feel like I'm the only person that's ever happened to, and it happens to me all the time. I don't know what's wrong with me. Do I drink coffee wrong? There, it just splashed up again on me. What the hell? I'm 42, almost 43 years old, and I don't know how to drink coffee. Like, I don't get it. I'm thankful for my polka dot. I don't even know what your polka dot is. I'm thankful for my. Where are we here? I honestly feel like we're going to show out tonight. The bye week was needed. The bye week was needed. Look, there's a key thing, Dave, on coming out of the bye week. I forget which practice it was this week, whether it was Thursdays or Fridays practice. I follow all the beat reporters, from Philly Sports Network, but also across the NFL or the Eagles. All of them. I love Ed Kratz, Martin Frank, Chris Franklin, all those guys. They do great work on a daily basis. And one of them posted a video of Hurts at practice. And guess what? He didn't have no knee brace on in practice. If there was even the remotest problem with that knee, he's definitely wearing the brace in practice to protect it for game day. Not only is he not on the injured report, he is not wearing a brace. So the bye week was needed for Jalen Hurts' knee, for Braden Robbie, Kevin Byard, for Cam Jurgens, for all these guys. But the Chiefs are coming off a bye also. And that's still where I'm leaning. Like, everything is telling me to predict the Chiefs' victory. It is. I got Eagles by 7 or 10. That is not a prediction. That's just a general thing. If you're in the Kennett area, exactly. If you need something for game day, you come to Fox's Pizza in Kennett Square. I got great specials, pizza, wings, whatever you need. Come get it from me. The Eagles will lose if somebody from this chat, not named Adam, because I know Adam always supports me at the shop, not named Adam. If somebody not named Adam doesn't come in my shop from this show to get pizza tonight, then the Eagles are going to lose. And it's your fault for not coming into my shop, people. Don't pull. Damn, it's going to be a sad day. You better be rooting for us. You don't want to see the Eagles team. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. YouTube, WWF Thanksgiving. You ever watch? I think I know what you're talking about there. Cam Jurgens is playing. He is 100% playing. Not only is he back, but he's off the injured report, too. He's 100% healthy. Well, as healthy as you can be. Of course I'm rooting. Of course he is. Does Kelsey run a 4.3? My goodness. I don't know. A 4.3 10-yard dash? Maybe. I don't know. Chiefs 24, Eagles 28. I like how you teased the Chiefs first. So that when I read that off, yeah. But yeah, I could see that being. I have 27-21 is one of the scores written down here. 27-24. So yeah, you're right on par with me here. Does Fox's Pizza do transatlantic deliveries? No. I have shipped the pizza to Ohio State for somebody once. Packed it up in a box, shipped it off, overnighted it. It was cold, but it was still edible. I have done that before for people. I got my eyes on our OC big time and our D. I've already said it, Eric. I said at the beginning of the show that this game is more for me on the defensive coordinator side because I want to see the difference between what the defensive coordinator does with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce versus what Jonathan Gannon did in the Super Bowl last year. I want to see what kind of differences he has. Offensively speaking, I know what this offense is capable of. I know what this offense should do. I just think we gotta see how Sean Desai handles Travis Kelce tonight. Pulling out of coffee cut too fast. Pulling out of the coffee cup too fast. I guess. Hold on. Let me try slower then. Sip. I slowed it down and it didn't splash in my face. Thanks for that coffee knowledge. But I'm always going to pull back fast. That's what I do. Robbie is back tonight as well. Yeah. See, the buy came at the right part. We're getting all our pieces back. We've got a full roster tonight. Outside of Dallas Goedert, we've got everybody that hypothetically will be here in the Super Bowl playing tonight. It's a big deal. That's got to have been some delivery charge to go from Philly to Ohio. I don't know. We just pocked it in one of those USPS, general flat boxes, folded it up, wrapped it up in plastic, and put it in there, and he could ship to a kid at Ohio State, and he saved it and reheated it when he wanted it. Yeah, it survived. He said it was pretty good still, so it is what it is. You can freeze dry pizzas. Some shops deliver. You can. I mean, you can do anything for the right price. Patty Bernard, the gobbler. Still haven't fact checked your statement from the other day, but what is up, my man? One of the hardest working guys in show business, right there, Patty Bernard. I already put that one up there. All right, guys. So it's time for me to make this prediction here. It is. I'm really surprised nobody dropped a Phillies Aaron Nola comment today, pro or against his contract, which I'm pro it. I'm surprised no one commented on the Sixers winning 2 in a row this weekend. Jaden Springer looking like a stud find, developing nicely. Nobody mentioned the Flyers' 5-game winning streak. I did have one person mention the Wooder Dogs. No lacrosse talk ever again here on the show, I promise. But it's time for my Eagles prediction. I don't want to make a prediction, guys. I'm so torn. I was so prepared to predict the Eagles will lose tonight. I was so prepared to say 27-24 Chiefs. I was. But my homerism is taking over. But my love of the Eagles is taking over. I just can't do it. I just cannot predict the Eagles will lose tonight. I just can't do it. I'm going to go. And this is going to shock you guys. I'm going to go Eagles win tonight. 31-21 in a blowout. They're going to win by double digits against the Chiefs. They're going to get their respect. They're going to get what they need from the national. Actually, no, I lied. Even if they win, they'll find a way to spin it anti-Eagles on the national media, I'm sure. But yes, Eagles win 31-21 tonight against the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't believe I just did that. You guys, yeah, that's right. You got eyes on me here. I'm nuts for even thinking this. I'm nuts. Complete and total nuts. Well, I'm going to say this. Betting wise, you got to follow me on Twitter at Beard Knowledge. I'll post some parlays later tonight. Man, I don't even know which way to go. I'm going to go with a DeAndre Swift big game tonight, though. That's what I think it is. It's not as rare as you think. What's not as rare as you think? The freeze drying pizza. Oh, I know it's not rare. I know it happens. It's called take a bake. 90% of Mahomes' passing needs to be from his running for his life. I want to see Indiana Jones desperation running from our 2 giant boulders, Carter and Davis. I like it. Was going to say the secret thing worked. Watched good Sixers. That's right. It's not secret. Everybody knows about Stream East outside of you, man, Chatter. Just let your prediction be the Eagles will play the Chiefs. The Eagles will play the Chiefs, and the team that scores the most runs or goals tonight will win the game, right? My guy don't have Chiefs winning. I don't. I can't do it. Sixers let the Nets know that we don't forget. Love that spanking. That was a good spanking. That was. Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs barely lose in a hard fought fight against them. That is how the headline will be tomorrow on all the big sites, because if the Eagles win, it won't be that the Eagles beat the Super Bowl champ. It'll be the Seahawks barely. Yeah, exactly. You're spot on with that. No doubt about it. I don't know what you talking about. I don't know what you're talking about either. I don't know. What you talking about, Willis? That's about it. Let's have another sip of coffee as we start the wrap up of today's show. And as we get set to wrap up day one of Thanksgiving week this week, look, maybe I'm not as concerned about the win or the loss just because it is Thanksgiving week. I got a 3-day work week, then I get 2 days off. I just had yesterday partially off, 3 days and 2 days off. I'm going to go spend the day this afternoon with my nephew today and tomorrow because my brother needed someone because half days at school. They need somebody adult to go hang out with my nephew. You guys have seen him on this show. When he comes on the show in December when I'm in Florida with him on vacation. Last year, if you saw it or not, I pay thousands for greedy NFL. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this show up right here, right there. I got Eagles, 31-21. That's right. You heard it here first. Yep. Then they'll create a 10-minute segment on how heroic Mahomes looked in the Eagles. Yeah, exactly. Look, it's all gonna be. We know that. But for us personally, we know what it really is. Why even predict Eagles games? Eagles fans can't be objective about. I know, and that's why I really, really, really was going to predict 27-24 Chiefs. I really was, but you guys convinced me. Well, you guys actually, it's weird because you guys all convinced me that the Eagles were going to lose this game, but every single one of you predicted an Eagles win. That's the problem. That's the problem. So I went Eagles win. That's right. I went homerism. That's right. Uncle Phil in full effect. It's not Uncle Phil. It's Uncle P. For some reason, all my nieces and nephews just call me P. Salute to our nephew in the well, Eric, you've been around a long time. I know Marshawn's been around a long time since previous networks and stuff. You guys have seen my little nephew. He's 8. He'll be 8 this year. He comes on once a year on the show. We always go away for his birthday down to Florida for a few days, and he always comes on one time. And he just loves to talk basketball. So when you see him on the show in about a month and a half's time, be prepared for a lot of basketball talk, and not just Sixers. He loves his LeBron James. He loves his Kobe Bryant. So he knows more about basketball at 8 years old than we all do combined, without a doubt. Great show. Thank you very much. Go Birds. And again, one final shout out to Kyle. Happy birthday to my man Kyle, who's a big supporter of this show. Happy birthday, Kyle. Eagles better win for him because he's there. He's going to Kansas City. He's going to be tailgating. He's going to be at the game, cheering him on. Eagles better not lose for Kyle's sake. That'll be one long plane ride home from Kansas City tomorrow after the Eagles lose. So, yeah, just the letter P. They just say P because when you're a baby, it's easier to get them to say P than it is a whole name. I want to be the first person they mention, so P it is. Uncle P is easy. Make them. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Go Birds. Happy birthday again, my man Kyle. Enjoy your day. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully with a Victory Tuesday show. Hopefully jumping up and down and overreacting to the Eagles being the next Super Bowl champions. Hopefully. Hopefully it's not a negative show talking about a loss. I guarantee tomorrow's show I will be dragging. The energy level will be low tomorrow. Guarantee that. No way I'm going to have energy tomorrow morning. Hopefully I need the victory tomorrow or tonight so to help me push through tomorrow. That's what I really need. But anyway, we're going to wrap it up right there, guys. Trending in the AM. Sorry for the power outage mid-show. Luckily, the stream kept going without me. You guys handled it in the chat without me. Appreciate that. Everybody have a great day. Everybody have a great Monday. It's going to be cold out there. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow, hopefully about an Eagles victory. Eagles, 31. Kansas City Chiefs, 21 with the big victory tonight. Everybody have a great day. Go Birds.